Hello and welcome to my channel, Shanna Makes It. Today, I thought I would talk about an area of my craft space that's just not working for me. It's actually my desk area. I love my desk. It is a flex spot desk that is electric, and you can raise and lower it just like you need to sit and to stand, and I absolutely love it. The thing I don't love about it is I don't have any storage, any shelves or anything like that. But the problem that I'm going to talk about today is actually my desktop area. So I'm just going to pause the camera for a minute and then I'll just turn it around and show you what I'm talking about. It's just not visually pleasing to me, and it seems like I'm constantly struggling to locate something on top of this desk. I mean, it can be clean and I can just have used something and then I can't find it. So I evidently need a better organization structure for the top of this desk to help me to more effectively work and function. So I'm just going to pause the video here real quick. And okay, so this is my desktop. And I mean, it's pretty clean for the most part. We'll just kind of go through. This is the area that I'm talking about right here, just all of this stuff here. It just looks cluttered to me and unorganized, and it's just not functioning. I think it's because I've got all of these individual, I need them in my camera mount, all of these individual things going on here that are just kind of out. And I think this is probably the biggest culprit because everything's kind of jammed in there. And it seems like I'm constantly trying to find like that embellishment tool and maybe my craft knife or my stamp block. This is just not working for me. I like having my little plant here that my granddaughter made for me. I've had that for years, and I like to have some green in my area, so I definitely want to leave that there. But I've got all of this, and then this is just a hodgepodge of tape runners, adhesive, just a bunch of stuff. And you can see I've even got one back there. I've got my little vinyl catch-all thing on the windowsill along with some hand lotion, and that's got my glue sticks in it, and I've even got some stamp pad stuff on top of that. And then the little control for my heater that you can hear blowing is there. And then this is my candle. I want to leave that. I've got a cord organizer back there for all my Apple cords and well, this is a metronome for my guitar. And I like all that. This right here, this piece here is actually off my craft cart, and I just added it just to kind of keep that stuff over there, and I'm okay with that. It's just, I think it's just this area here. And of course this right here is my camera mount. So, and this I brought up here and I just threw a bunch of strips in that I thought I would use. But anyway, so I feel like I need something longer and maybe a one-piece unit to where I could put stuff in and I wouldn't have all of this. So that's what I'm going to be on the lookout for. And then once I find that and come up with some type of an organizational solution, I will share that with you. Otherwise, you know, I see my Spellbinders Glimmer is in a little mess there, but otherwise I'm pretty happy with other storage options that I have in my craft space. But, and I've been working on my club kits, so that's sitting out. But anyway, this desk has really been just, and I'm sorry if I'm moving too fast, I'm on a swivel chair and I'm just kind of letting it swivel around. Otherwise, I'm pretty happy with my organization, but this desktop, I guess, just has frustrated me and is not efficient or functional, so I'm going to work on that. But otherwise, I love the desk. Like, I love being able to raise and lower it. So I'll be back once I have a solution. Okay, on this quest to get this desktop cleaned off, I've done some different organizational things that I'm not sure I'm completely happy with yet, but I'm going to proceed on and see how it goes. Anyway, I bought these little cups. Actually, there are 3 of them. One of them I've already done because I wasn't sure I'd be able to weed on camera. And I've created a real small pegboard because my room just doesn't allow for anything large. And then I've cut out some, I thought it looked really plain, these white on my white pegboard. And so I decided to cut out some floral prints that I'm going to put on my cups. So I'm going to weed those out and put them on there and just add a little color to it. So that's what I'm going to do. Just set the cups aside and I'm going to go ahead and weed this out. The first pattern, like I said, I did it Well, first of all, my husband is spraying our patio, power washing our patio, so it was really, really loud, so I couldn't video that. But the first one that I did was real intricate, and I thought, man, I don't even know if I'm going to be able to weed it out because it was pretty intricate. And it weeded out very, very nicely, and I got it laid down on the other cup. So I actually have 3 cups, which I'll show you once I get it all done. But I was really surprised that what I thought would be difficult to weed was fairly simple. And this one seems to be going fairly easy as well. Sometimes these smaller designs make me a little bit nervous. Not sure what's happening here. There we go. Okay, so I was able to get that fairly simple. And then I'll just weed this out. I'm not going to make you watch all of it, but basically that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get these weeded out, and then we'll get them laid down on the cups just to show you what I'm doing. I'll just do this one, and then I'll do the other one off camera because you get the idea. But this was just some vinyl that I had on hand, just trying to use stuff that I have on hand. I've got quite a bit of vinyl. I actually took it off the wall. That was another thing where I had it hanging on the wall, and I'm kind of streamlining things because I was taking a look around and deciding what I liked and I didn't like, and I thought that it kind of made it look cluttered with the vinyl on the wall. So I'll show you how I made that solution. That all kind of came around with the fact that I was wanting to get my desktop cleaned up, and then I started looking around, and I was like, well, I might clean up some other things. I don't think we ever truly have our craft room the way we want it. At least I don't. I am constantly moving, rearranging, organizing, changing, trying to get it where I want it to be. So I don't know. Comment below if you're like that as well. I love watching craft room tours. I enjoy that. But so I got that all weeded out, and I'll start weeding on the next one. I'm just going to pause the camera, weed this out, then I'll come back and we'll lay these down. Okay, so I started this video, I don't know, a couple weeks ago, in which I was trying to declutter my desk and just figure out a more efficient, effective way to organize my stuff so that I am not struggling to find something that I'm looking for while I'm working on my desk. One of the things I did immediately was took everything off. I brought this table runner back. I previously had that, if you've seen my other craft room videos. I had that on there and then I took it away. But I decided I did like having it on there. It just adds some color to it. But I had all of these things strewn across here in the intro video that I videoed, and I got this really inexpensive thing online. It's actually like foam core, and you assemble it yourself. I'm not completely satisfied with it. It's not the final option that I was looking for. And then I bought a second one similar to it and wasn't happy with that either. But anyway, the one thing about it though is I'm not struggling to find the items that I'm looking for now. Now, if I need scissors, I know where they are. If I need my 2-in-1 tool, I know where it is, my craft knife, everything. It's just, I can see it and I can easily grab it instead of spinning around that little turntable thing that I had. Now, I'd mentioned the plant in my intro video about wanting to keep it, the one that my granddaughter had given me. Well, anyway, this one actually is smaller, takes up less room, and with it being bigger, it was actually a better size for that macrame. So I put the one my granddaughter made up in that, so I do still have it. But I've got everything stored. Like I said, this is real inexpensive. It's not going to be the final thing for my desk. I'm just going to continue looking. So I continue to have my little sweeper on there, and then this, I did a little video and showed you when I laid the vinyl down. And I'm basically just using this to store my microphone in. When I get done with it, I just stick it in there, and that way I know where it is and I can readily find it. So I did get my desk, I think, cleaned off. It looks a little bit nicer. I've got my iced tea sitting there. And then I've got this little mat here. I just use that for my embossing tool or anything hot that I have. And then one thing led to another. So I decided that the vinyl on the wall that was here looked really cluttered. So I took that IKEA white little vinyl thing down, and to cover up the nail hole, I just stuck a hat up there. That's just one of my hats. I had a hat on this. I've had the hat here for the entire time, and I thought, well, I'll just add another hat and just cover that up. And then I also had a rack here that I thought was adding to the clutter. And so I took it down, get my finger out of the way so my camera will focus. And I just hung a little seasonal little plaque that I made that says spring on it with a little bunny. And then over here, I had another vinyl IKEA holder and had all the vinyl up there. And I took this pegboard that I had that I used at craft shows, and I had my dad cut it down to 12 inches to fit there. I mean, there's just not much wall space there to do anything with, and it's white. And then I got some containers and they were white, and I thought it looked kind of plain. So I did the videos where I was laying some vinyl down on that just to add some little color to that. And then I've also got my embossing tool hanging down there, which I had been keeping it in a bin, and it was kind of a pain to drag it out every time, so that's pretty convenient to have there. And then from that, I also kind of did some flip-flopping of this. I moved my markers over here. They were previously over here and the Cricut was over there, and I did that because my grandson used to like to play with those all the time, and I thought maybe moving them more out of the way, he wouldn't play with them as much. It seems to work now. He wants to play with the Cricut markers. So I have to kind of keep an eye on that. But and then, you know, everything else is pretty much the same as far as that goes. I was trying to think what else, if anything, I needed to show you. I did get my glimmer stuff all put back together like it goes. But I'll just pan around. One thing I do know I'm going to change in addition is this chair. This little fuzzy fabric that is on this chair is just not conducive to a craft room. I mean, if you think about vinyl and stickers and tape and glue and everything, it just gets all tangled up in there, and I'm constantly picking off little pieces. So that's something I'm going to change, is probably get a different chair. But anyway, I'll just do a quick pan, and you can see it's a wonderful day. I've spent the whole day outside splitting and transplanting a bunch of my plants because it's just so lovely out. So I spent the day doing that, and then I thought, well, I'm going to pop in and get this video finished. It's, you know, I've had bits and pieces of it done, and I thought I just wanted to get it together. So basically this is my craft room and my studio for my guitar, and there's my craft cart. So anyhow, I'm a little bit more satisfied with the desk in that I can find the pieces that I'm looking for, and I'm not struggling to find something that's in plain sight that I've lost. So I hope you like it. I hope this is helpful, and I hope you have a great day and enjoy the spring, beautiful spring weather that we're having. So take care. Glad you stopped by.